Is there anyone? Thank you, Dr. Kitulu. Joanna or Mikali or Rita, is there anything further you would like to add or maybe even share just a moment or thought about your experiences with OWIT and what advice and recommendations you may have for future leaders and future recipients of this award?
Thank you very much. This is Joanne. I am very delighted to hand over OWIT Woman of the Year to Dr. Jackie Kitulu for the simple reason that she well deserves it. She is an exceptional woman and a global person who has been instrumental not just in Kenya but across the world. Dr. Kitulu is one of the women who takes care of special people traveling on medical grounds, which means that she's always shuttling around the world, and she still makes time to do great things in Kenya. I think one of the most outstanding things about Dr. Kitulu is that she is one of only 2 women that sits on Kenya's National Economic and Social Council, and so she represents the voice of all women in the economic sector, fighting for their social development, economic development, and the general good of the country as a whole. She's a role model, she is an icon, and she's somebody that we as OWIT Nairobi, and I think at OWIT International as well, we are very proud to be associated with. And we believe that she is a role model that the young women across the world will emulate for the greater good of the world. Dr. Kitulu encourages trade across nations and works very closely with women both on the medical profession and non-medical profession to enhance the economic advancement, because unless a woman is economically empowered, then socially and politically they also will not be. And as you know, in Africa, this is the moment for us to transform the continent, and it is women like Dr. Kitulu who will make that difference. Thank you very much. Hearty congratulations to Dr. Kitulu and to the Nairobi chapter.
This is Rita.
Congratulations to both. Yes, please, Rita.
Yeah, just to add on to what has been said, we are really grateful as OWIT Nairobi for having had the 2 top ladies sitting with us this afternoon, both Joanne Mwangi, who was Woman of the Year 2009, and Dr. Kitulu 2010. And we're really proud that Kenya can produce such outstanding women. And I'm sure, just sharing some of the things that we are doing this part of the world, I'm sure it's something that we can duplicate to the rest of the world, just to see that there are people who are able to, as John has put, to develop the world in this sense. So we are really grateful, and we appreciate the consideration of the success of the 2 ladies. Both the contributions they've made to us as OWIT Nairobi, and as well as what they've done to the country. So congratulations to both of them.
Thank you so much. And again, on behalf of National, congratulations to Nairobi and to our phenomenal Woman of the Year, Dr. Kitulu. We are honored to have you joining us today, and we thank you for all that you're doing to lead in your communities, lead in your chapters, and make a lasting impact on women in their lives throughout the world. So congratulations. Ladies, we will now turn into the last section of our awards, which is the OWIT Member of the Year. And the awardees this year are jointly held by Monica Sandman and Diane McDonald. We will now take a break in our taping, as we will tape their section later this afternoon. So Grace, we may break. Thank you, Rita. It's just a wonderful delight to have you representing OWIT Nairobi. as well as Dr. Cthulhu as our Women of the Year. I would now like to turn to Lilia Navarrete to give us an overview of the next Distinguished Award members. Lilia?
Thank you, Angela. I will go ahead and give the criteria that we used to select Dr. Cthulhu as a Women of the Year. And again, it is an award presented to an exceptional woman who has demonstrated outstanding contributions to the status of women within the international business and trade community. The criteria as follows. The candidate should have made an outstanding contribution and enhancement to the status of women in international trade and business for a period of 3 years or more. They should both in intent and impact be supporting the greater purpose and mission of the organization, united around the globe to foster international trade and the advancement of women in business. They should be a role model of the values of OWIT's values: collaboration, integrity, responsibility, respect, diversity, empowerment, learning, and compassion. And the candidate should be a role model to other women in the field. They should be recognized and highly respected for their significant achievements and responsibilities. So once again, congratulations, Dr. Cthulhu. Moving on to the Member of the Year, let me start by sharing the criteria we used for this award. The candidate should be someone whose service and commitment have made contribution to OWIT International as an organization and or its chapters above and beyond contributions to their own chapter for a period of at least 2 years. The candidate's service and commitment should be above and beyond any current responsibility if serving on local board or the OWIT board. And the candidate should both in intent and impact be supporting the greater purpose and mission of the organization, again united around the globe to foster international trade and the advancement of women in business. And the candidate must have been an OWIT member for a minimum of 3 years, as well as be a member of the chapter that has been in existence for at least 1 year and is in good standing with OWIT International. This year, the award is being shared by 2 extraordinary women who have been part of OWIT for more than 10 years. Monica Sandman from the Northern California chapter and Diane McDonald from the Chicago chapter. Let me go ahead and introduce Monica to you. When I first met Monica, she was hurriedly working along with other WIT-NC members, ensuring all was in place for the 2006 OWIT conference being held in San Francisco. It was fascinating to see Monica in action. Since then, I've been marveled to see the wonderful contributions that she has made to our organization. She's become a dear friend and a true role model for OWIT. Monica is president and founder of USN Consulting, which she established in 1991. Her experience in the international trade arena spans over 25 years, 4 languages, and 3 continents, having worked extended periods of time in the U.S., Israel, and Uruguay. USN Consulting, based in the Silicon Valley in Cupertino, California, provides expert consulting service in areas of import-export regulation, international trade agreements, compliance, training, and design of related automation tools. She is serving the high-tech industry, and her clients include Fortune companies including Hewlett-Packard, Cisco Systems, National Semiconductors, and JDS Uniphase, just to name a few. Monica, a past chairman of the board for the Northern California chapter of OWIT, has served the local board for over 10 years and is a founding mother of the reborn WIT-NC chapter in 2001. Monica was one of the key members instrumental for making the WIT-NC chapter successful over the years, holding various positions as cornerstone of support and mentoring for its board and chapter members for events and governance. As well, Monica was a key player when WIT-NC hosted the OWIT 2006 conference, as I've mentioned earlier. OWIT acknowledged the tremendous effort, hard work, and endless time Monica gave to WIT-NC to ensure OWIT's success and making OWIT's conference the most successful conference in years. As well, Monica was asked to provide advice to the executive board even before agreeing to accept the position on the OWIT executive. The key area where she provided her advice and her support and much personal time was with the OWIT conference in 2008 in Monterrey, Mexico, providing her expertise after a very successful OWIT conference post-prayer. Her expertise in cultural awareness and fluency in Spanish were a great asset in communicating with and supporting the local chapter while assisting OWIT Executive Board with this gigantic endeavor. And in 2009, Monica proposed a webinar initiative and worked to put together a committee to consider webinars provided by OWIT as a potential revenue stream and enhancement of OWIT's global brand using technology to bring greater benefits and educational programs to our members and the greater International Trade Committee. Together with Diane McDonald, Monica took the lead to investigate the appropriate infrastructure and costs to establish this program. The webinar program is now an important tool for generating revenues and continues to grow and expand with successful programs using state-of-the-art technology. Even when Monica's term on the OWIT executive had concluded, she remained as the lead coordinator of the committee for several months through the second webinar to ensure the success of the program. Above and beyond the very clear support Monica has provided her local chapter WIT-NC, as well as OWIT's Executive Committee and the organization at large, many of us within the entire organization have benefited from her guidance, support, and endearing manner. Thank you, Monica, and congratulations. You're an exemplary role model for other OWIT members and chapters around the world. We thank you for your work and dedication in fostering international trade and the advancement of women in business. Monica?
Monica, we'd now like to welcome you to say a few words about your experience with OWIT, your chapter, and words of advice to our members throughout the OWIT network.